just make your way down onto your back, knees bent, and just start to relax a bit. Let's calm the energy down from that class. And just start allowing yourself to take those nice deep breaths down into your belly, bringing the breath up into your rib cage, into the chest, and then slowly let it drop down. Actually, you know what? Let's start with our legs straight out. We'll just start this without the bent knee, so you can just really relax down first, and then we'll go into the bent knee. Excellent. So rolling down onto your back, straighten the legs, arms down, palms up, and just allow yourself to just settle down into the room, into your body, into the breath. Just take a few seconds here to just notice all the places that your body is touching the floor. Where the feet are touching the floor, and you might even have to wiggle around a little just to get that felt sensation. Where the lower legs are touching. Maybe where the upper legs are touching. Where your lower back is touching, maybe the glutes, maybe the tailbone. Where your ribs are touching against the floor. Shoulder blades. Can you feel the tops of your shoulders? For most of us, we probably can't because they're probably rolled a bit forward. Just notice. There's no right or wrong for this. This is simply just a focusing, body scanning awareness exercise. Can you feel your elbows and the top of the arms? Lower arms. Can you feel your wrist? What part of your hands are actually touching the ground? Can you get that sensation? How about on the head? What part of your head is actually touching the ground? Beautiful. Just shifting your focus now out of your head, all the thoughts in your head going round and round, sharing all that old programming, your not enoughness with us. Thank you very much. And now we're not paying any attention to all those. Instead, we're going to shift our focus down into our heart space. And with your focus there, let's begin to do some beautiful, nice breaths. So we're going to do this morning, let's start with our inhale through the nose down into the belly. Holding, we'll inhale for 4, holding for 4, exhaling for 4, drawing the exhale out to 8, doubling it up. Inhale through the nose, expand that belly. We're going to do it to the count of 4. Holding the breath in for a count of 4. And now exhale. You can either do it through your nose or your mouth, but you're going to do it to the count of 4 again. Allow yourself to have no breath there for the count of 4. And let's inhale through the nose again, count of 4. Feel how that air rolls up the body, holding 3, 4, exhale for 5. Holding out for the count of 4. And now as you inhale to 4, just notice if there's any restriction in your belly as you inhale. Or is it smooth sailing? Holding at the top, We're going to exhale for 6, drawing that exhale out. Notice if there's any restriction as you exhale. And holding out for 4. Inhale for 4. Feel how the body responds with that inhale. You're holding 3, 4. Exhale for 7. Noticing how the body responds on the exhale. Holding out for 4. In for 4 again. Holding. And we're going to go out for 8. Slow exhale. Now at the very end, just take that belly button and pull it all the way down, getting a complete exhale. And let's inhale for 4. Hold. Exhaling for 8. Just smooth exhale for the 8. Relaxing all the muscles as you exhale. 6, 7, 8. Feels like you've exhaled it all, but now pull that belly button down. Get rid of all the air. Holding out. And one last time, inhale for 4. Hold. Exhale slow for 8. Completely relax. Take that belly button, pull it all the way in, getting rid of all the rest of that stale air. And then just take a slow, deep breath and come back to just neutral. And just notice again now, what are you feeling? That slow breathing with that focus really relaxes the nervous system. And now go ahead and bend your legs. Good. And we're going to use that breath again. I'm going to bring my arms out kind of like a low V. So you feel the top of your arms, the shoulders. The first couple of breaths, we'll use them here, and then we'll add the arms. So let's add the rolling of the pelvis. Inhale through the nose as that belly expands. Allow the tailbone to roll under. And on this first one, I want you to pay attention to the feeling of that tailbone pressing. Rib cage expands. Slow exhale just to neutral. How slowly can you do it? And go through the mouth this time. And just come to a completely neutral place. Notice what your back feels like in a completely neutral place. Take a moment and just check in. Can you just relax it all? Relax it all. Now we're going to inhale into the belly, and then we're going to do the back flattening. You ready? Inhale into the belly. Exhale. Curling the tailbone up, feeling the back flatten. Notice how the rest of the spine, like I always have to lift my head and realign. So you're pressing that lower back into the ground. The tailbone is up. You might notice your shoulders are up a bit. Your chin might want to lift. And then your own breath. It doesn't have to be inhale or exhale. Just allow yourself now to slowly release the back to neutral. And notice how, again, the rest of the spine just goes along for the ride. Good. Here we go. We're going to inhale again. Inhale into that belly. Let the tailbone roll down, but this time focus on the lifting of the lower back. Notice the expansion of the rib cage. The shoulders press down, the chin tucks. Exhale, slow, maybe to the count of 12 to neutral. And now let go of all tension. And check in, did you let go of the tension? Sometimes I have to just wiggle to really get a felt sense. Okay, I'm completely relaxed. Now we're going to inhale again into the belly. And as you do, before you do, just notice if there's restriction on the inhale and just see if you can relax your belly to allow it to come in. You ready? So just relax belly, inhale into it. Exhale. The tail tips up. The lower back presses. The shoulders lift a little. The chin might want to lift a little. Are you squeezing your glutes? Can you relax the glutes? And then just your own tempo breath. If you want to exhale with it, it's fine or not. I'm going to exhale. And allow everything to come right back into your neutral place and completely relax. So now we're going to add the arms with it. I'm just going to, with my arms staying on the ground as you inhale and arch, just allow the arms to slide up, maybe to a big V, whatever feels good to you. Shoulder impingement, only take it to where there's no pain. You ready? Inhale into the belly, allow the tailbone to drop down. Let the arms come up too. So now what's the focus? Press gently tailbone. Feel the lift of the lower back. Feel the rib cage expand, the arms out, jazz the hands, chin is tucked. Exhale slowly to neutral. Let the arms slide down to their low V position and completely relax. Nice. Now we're going to inhale into the belly. Let the tail grow on out a little bit and then exhale, flatten. Internally rotate the whole arm bone. The shoulders will contract in at the pecs. You can lift the arms up towards the legs. Tucking under, feel the pressing of the lower back. Feel the engagement of the chest. If you want, you can tuck the chin and lift the head to get a little more, but you don't have to. And then slowly release the back to neutral. Slowly let the arms come back, palms up, and completely relax. Just check in. Are you relaxed? And are you feeling some energy moving? Now we're going to do those two, but we're going to just slide right from the one into the other. You ready? So inhale into the belly, tail draws down, arms slide up. Big rib cage expansion, arms jazz, hands feel the tailbone, feel the lifting of the back. Exhale. You come to neutral as the arms draw down. Good. Inhale into the belly. Exhale, curl, contract, internally rotate the arms, pulling in, tucking chin, lifting. And slowly drop all the way back down, neutral. Inhale, do it one more time. Arch it up, arms come up. Big stretch, big ribs and lower back. Exhale down. Inhale again. Exhale, internally rotate, pressing lower back, tucking chin, lift. Notice if you're feeling it a little differently at this point, all the way back down neutral. And let it all go. Beautiful. Now just take those arms up, intertwining the hands behind the head. This time we're going to add pressing the elbows. So that was that long lever arm. Now we'll do the short and we'll add the curl. Let's go right into an inhale, arch. How does it feel now? Tucking chin, gently pressing the elbows. Feel the lift to the lower back. Exhale, neutral. Inhale into the belly. Exhale, press lower back. Elbows hug the head. Chin tucks, and you're doing a bit of a lift. Drop the head weight into those hands. Lengthen the neck. Shoulder blades, slide them down your back. Allow the back to come to neutral as you drop the head and shoulders, keeping the elbows hugging. Inhale, press the shoulders in, elbows towards each other, and then exhale slowly. Back is neutral. You're just allowing those elbows to slowly release all the way down. Keep the release slow until those elbows can go no further. And then only once after you've completely released, relax everything. Relax everything. Relax the back. Relax the belly. Relax the shoulders. We'll do that just one more time. Notice how close the elbows are to the floor, what your shoulders feel. Inhale, arch. Chin tucks, really press the elbows, press the tailbone. Exhale, neutral. Give me a little inhale into the belly. Exhale, press lower back, elbows hug, chin tips and tucks and lifts. Dropping the weight, lengthening, shoulder blades. Slide the blades down before you go anywhere else. And then back goes to neutral. Hands and head release. Inhale, squeeze those shoulders up, elbows towards each other. Slow exhale, release. Relax the hands as you slowly release. It's a pendiculation, so you do want to slowly release the elbows out all the way and then completely relax. Beautiful. Take the arms down by your side. Take that right hip and just slide it up towards your armpit. Notice how that right shoulder really wants to get involved, doesn't it? So allow it. You can gently press it into the ground and slide it down to meet it. The head will tend to lift that way. Feel the length on the other side of the body as that right side contracts. Slowly release that hip and shoulder all the way back to neutral. Relax there. Notice what the two sides feel like. Notice how much energy you might feel moving now. Inhale into the belly. Exhale, slide the left hip up towards the pit. Good, that shoulder wants to hug in to meet it and press it down. Feel the length on the right side. Notice how the head tips that way. Slowly bring it all to neutral. And let's slowly go side to side. Right hip draws up, shoulder in, looking that way. Slowly bring yourself to neutral. Make sure you come all the way to neutral and completely relax before you go to the other side. Slide the left hip up, left shoulder down. And all the way back to neutral. And relax. Beautiful. Now we're going to lift the right hip. So on this first one, just think about your right hip, connect to it. And from the hip, can you lift that right hip? Just the right hip lifts. Notice how the left will go down. And your brain might be like, I don't know how to do that. Keep the knees straight up to the ceiling. Slowly let that right hip drop back down. Release all tension. Let's lift the left hip now. So kind of connect, even if you have to kind of touch it there. And just from the hip, tell the left hip to lift up. What happens? What muscles need to engage to lift the hip? The right will drop. Keep the knees straight up. So you're not doing it by letting the knees drop to the side. And slowly release that left hip down. Relax. Let's do it one more time. Right hip. Right hip lifts straight up. Knees stay up. Notice if the brain is a bit confused. That's fine. Don't worry about it. Don't get frustrated. Relax, laugh, and try it again. Take it on down, relax. Let's lift just the left hip. This is also, by the way, you're also working in that SI joint. So this can be a bit challenging, even though it's a simple movement, right? Lift a hip, big deal. But yes, it is. Completely relax. Good. You might want to just move your knees side to side now. Let's just let the knees drop over to one side and the other. Just real gentle movements. Just real gentle movements. Nice. And bring it back up again. All right, so now that was doing the lift with the focus just on the hip. Now what happens if we go to lift the right hip, but instead of doing the focus from the hip, I want you to gently press your right heel in the ground. And from the press of the right heel, lift the right hip. Again, keeping the knees straight up. Does that make a difference for you? What are you feeling in that back? And then slowly let that one drop back, relax. Same thing with left now. Press the left heel in the ground to lift the left hip. Both knees stay up. Might feel it completely differently. So interesting, right? And slowly drop it down and relax. One more time from the heel. Right heel gently presses in the ground to allow yourself to lift that right hip. Slowly drop it on the ground, relax. In between each one, let go of all the tension. Just check in, nice deep breath, exhale, relax. And then left heel presses to left to lift, lift the left hip. And slowly relax that down and let it go. Now we're going to use combinations of those two moves. So on this one, let's go ahead. You can use the right heel if that feels better to you. Sorry. We're going to slide first. Apologize. Let's start with the right. Slide the right hip up towards your armpit. Pause there for a moment. Notice what you feel. The right side's lengthened, the left is up. Now, press that right heel gently in the ground just to lift the right hip in that up position. What do you feel there? Drop that hip. Good. Hold it there. Take the left hip now, slide it up. So the focus now is sliding the left. As you slide the left, the right will automatically draw down. What are you feeling now in that left hip that's up? Press the left heel in the ground. Lift that left hip up. Ooh, I feel a lot of challenge on that one. Good. And then drop the left hip. Slide the right hip up. Notice how the whole spine reacts to it. Most likely now you're looking over to the right. If you're not, it's fine, but that's typically what will happen with your head. Now, can you lift that right hip without thinking about the heel? Oh my, that's a real challenge for my brain. I really almost have to press my heel in to lift that hip. Just play. Good. Now I'm going to drop that hip and I'm going to slide the left one up. Slide the left hip up. Let the right one just react to the moment and to the motion. Good. I'm going to try and lift my hip, not from the heel. I can't do it. I absolutely cannot do it. Press the heel in the ground then, Renee, and lift that hip. Oh, there it is. So that's just interesting information for me. Drop the hip and let's just slide and bring both hips to neutral. Oh, yes. Let's bring those knees in and give yourself a rock. The rock will feel good. Go side to side. Just notice what you might be feeling up there. Up in the top waist, Are you tight up there? What did you feel on that? Woo, so good. All right, I'm going to kind of draw a bit of a circle here with those knees. Just releasing everything out. Maybe go the other way with that. Beautiful. And we did a lot of external and internal rotations today in our class. So let's just do a little bit of an external hip rotator release. Then we're going to get on our sides for just a little bit. So on this one, bring your feet hip width apart. Now I want you to take your right foot, put it next to your left. Good. And now with that right leg, just drop it out to about halfway slowly. And then just bring it up towards the ceiling just a little bit. Give it a little pause. And let it just open down towards the floor slowly, just a little bit more, not all the way. Bring it back up a little bit. So we're just kind of making our way slowly down towards the floor. Notice if they're shaking. Slow it down even more, then bringing it back up. Letting it open a little bit more out to the side. Notice probably as it gets closer to the floor, you're going to get some shaking. So slow it down, lift it. Slow it down, let it open. Notice some inner thigh shaking. Bring it back up. And now let's just allow it to go all the way down to the ground. Completely relax. Beautiful. And now slide that right leg down, straighten it in front of you. Bring the left one down, straighten it in front of you. And just notice how the two sides feel. Most likely, you'll find that that leg will be much more open, externally rotated. Might feel more opening up in that psoas and the hip flexor. The leg might feel more turned out. Even kind of, if you can, notice the knees. Like now my right knee is practically all the way externally rotated. My left is not. So let's see if we can even these out. Bring the feet back up, hip width. Now take the left foot, place it next to the right. And just begin to open it slowly out to the side a little bit. Bring it back up a little. Taking it back down a little further. Ooh, notice all the shaking. Slow it down when it's there, bringing it up a little. Notice when and where it starts to shake. Dropping it a little lower. Bringing it up a little bit more. Again, that shaking is just where the brain's gone offline. It's that sensory motor amnesia. We're bringing it back online under control. Bringing it back up just with those slow drops and ups. Bringing it back out. Notice what else you're feeling. What muscles pick up and then disengage. Engage and disengage. I really need a few more repetitions, girls, so I'm drawing this out a little longer. Take it down a little more. Again, noticing as you get closer to the floor, at least I do tend to really shake as I open it up towards the floor. So I'm going to go one more time down a little, up a little. And then when you're ready, just allow it to just completely relax out to the side. And then straighten that one down in front of you. Straighten the other one down now. Ooh. And just notice if that balanced out a bit. Do you feel a little bit more open now up in that hip flexor? Do the feet feel like they're flopped out a little more, externally rotated? How about those knees? Do they feel a little more even there? Now, let's just go ahead, bend the knees one more time, do one more little set of rocks, and then we're going to go over onto our sides. A little bit of side movement. Oh man, that really released that. Even up in the top of the back. How interesting, right? Slow conscious pendiculations are so darn powerful. I'm going to drop my feet down, rolling over. I forgot to grab me a pillow, so I'm going to do that for the sides. And we're going to come over onto our sides. I'm going to hydrate my fascia a bit here for a sec. Body is recalibrating. Notice what you're feeling. Notice if you've got a lot of sensation of movement, energy moving through the body. Good. So we're in our diva position, right up. You can just have your head gently relax there. Good. One arm is out. And even though your arm is out here, you might want to lift and really try not to be right up on the top of that shoulder. You really can allow it to get that nice stretch on that shoulder. I don't typically mention that. I think all of you do it anyway, but I thought I would. All right, I'm just going to let my arm be right here for now. Good. So we're going to play a little bit first on these external rotators since we just released it a little bit. Just notice. So these are plays, explorations, keeping your big toe ball joints together, feet together. Just slowly think about lifting the top knee up just a little bit. Good. Notice what muscles pick up and drop down, and then slowly release it down and let go of all the tension. So we're just going to be engaging and disengaging the top leg. So now on that one, if you keep the ball joints together so the feet stay there, you're just going to slowly lift the knee. Man, I'm shaking. Notice if you shake on the lift and where, pause there, and then slowly release it down. And then make sure you let go of all tension. Now, as you're doing this, also notice, what are you feeling on the leg that's on the ground? That's the stabilizer leg. And I find I only have to lift barely an inch, and I really feel it. So this isn't about lifting high. Sometimes just a small little bit, you almost get more out of it and relax. And then maybe do a little bit higher lift. Man, I'm shaking. That's so interesting. So I start to feel it up into that piriformis glute, which I know I have an issue with right there. And slow release. And once you slow release, it's really important, relax it all. Just let it go. So you just explore. Let's just do 1 or 2 more times of an exploration. You do whatever feels good in your body. But try to do it a little differently each time. Like I realized I was really tensing my feet. Why? Let me relax my feet. If I relax my feet, where do I feel the sensation now? And let it go. And then just kind of rock side to side, let go of that tension. Boy, it's a lot, isn't it? And heck, while we're here, let's just do a little upper body. So let's go ahead, inhale, hunch that shoulder, top shoulder up by your ear. If you want to slightly lift the head, wiggle that head around. Let's see where your neck tension is today. Slowly release the shoulder, relaxing the head. Good. I'm going to go ahead on mine. Inhale, I'm going to hunch it. And now I'm going to kind of let that shoulder joint roll back a little bit. And I'm going to tip my head back into it. I just know that that's probably going to give me a bit of sensation. Do a hug. And then all the way back. So I'm just going to allow you explore where you're holding tension up here and how it just refers into the whole back of the body. Good. For me, I know if I hunch, because I think most of us are really tight up in the traps and top of the shoulders. So a hunch first. And then really let your upper body almost roll back a little bit, rotating the shoulder joint. For me, my back is asking for an arch. So I'm going to arch, play there. Ooh, right there. And then slowly bring yourself all the way back to the starting point and relax. Good. Now I'm going to actually allow my upper body to roll forward. So my whole arm is rotating. So my pinky's forward. And I'm going to let my head roll forward. And on this, I feel like tucking. And then all the way back. So again, I'm just saying what I'm doing. You don't have to follow me. Just feel your own body. Ooh, I'm just tingling all over. I'm going to actually hunch and roll forward a bit. And I'm going to press back from right between my breasts and get that little stretch and let yourself relax there. Beautiful. Now, go ahead and let your knees stay together. I'm going to put my hand right up here on the top hip. I'm going to lift the lower leg straight up. Make sure you don't take the foot back. It's a straight up lift, which will allow the hip to lift. So now what are we doing? We're contracting here. I'm going to take that top arm now, it's long, and press my shoulder down to meet it. Good. And just notice what you're feeling the whole on the bottom of the body. It's lengthening. Slow release all the way back to neutral. Now, once I'm at neutral, I'm going to relax, and then I'm going to take my waist on the ground and lift it up. And just notice what that feels like. So now I'm contracting a bit here, which will lengthen the other side and bring it all down and relax. Nice. Now taking the top arm, bringing it around the top of the head, kind of like a headband. So feel it, you're going to be right above the ear. Good. Drop it down. The elbow, I want you to think about your elbow as going up towards the ceiling. So it's kind of a lift of the elbow there. So now let's keep the knees together. Lift the lower leg straight up. Use the hand to, you're not yanking on the head, it's supporting the head. As the head lifts, feel the contraction. If you're not feeling it a lot, take your torso and roll over towards the floor just a little bit. That will give you more of a felt sensation right in the side body. Slow release. Try to do it as slowly as you can. Leg drops, head drops. Now lift the waist up and stretch that elbow up and out. Lengthening, feel the length on the top of the body, or that top part that's in there. You can even do an inhale now. Inhale into that rib cage. Exhale, neutral. And then go right into it again. The other way. Ooh, roll forward with the torso. Bring it slowly down. Lift up the other way, inhaling. And exhale to neutral. Nice work. Now let's just do one more thing in this position. I'm going to put my hand right here, like on my waist around my rib cage, kind of like right here, rib cage, wherever your rib cage is. And now just slowly allow yourself, keep the knees together, but let them move. They can slide back. Just allow your upper body to roll over only to where it's ready to go. Just pause there for a moment. Notice how that top knee has now shifted back. Upper body is over. You can look that way. And now bring that side all the way back up. And then allow yourself to roll forward, roll on the head. Let the face come down. Just to where it feels good. You don't have to push. Just where is it now? Top knee is probably now in front, over the bottom. And now roll back and just begin a bit of exploration. Rolling back. Notice the second time, I guess, as you got a little bit further and come forward again. Rolling back. If you want a little bit more, sometimes it's nice to take that back hand and just gently put it like at the back occiput, the back of your head. Relax. And that might give you a little bit more because it's up further into the rib cage. You might even want to stay there for a second, inhale into it. Feel the expansion. Exhale into the turn. Bring the elbow in towards the head. Roll that way, all the way over. Notice how the back might want to arch. Inhale back up again, coming up and over. And exhale all the way forward. And then just come back to neutral. You can drop the hand down. Let's allow ourselves, you can move the pillow to roll slowly onto our backs. Arms down. And just completely relax. And notice how that side feels compared to the other side. Giving the body a time to reset and recalculate. But you might notice that that side, do the hips feel a little heavier? So more open, heavier down. If you were on the sand, would you make a greater indentation on that side? From both the hips, do your shoulders feel a little more open and drop down? A little more open in the collarbones. And then you can bend that knee and roll over. We'll do that whole series on the other side. As you shift, move slowly and luxuriously, like a cat, just feeling beautiful and free in their bodies. Lovely. Off the shoulder, get your head so that it's feeling good, 90-degree legs, arms up at top. Relax into the position for a moment. Super nice. And then keeping those big toe ball joints, let's do a little more of that external rotation here. So just slowly, sometimes even just intending, right? Telling the brain, okay, lift the top leg. It's almost just an intention. Just notice what muscles start to engage to have that movement. And sometimes that's all you need is the intention. And slowly relax and release. Okay, that's interesting, right? So if this is painful, you just can't do what we intend. We use our mind. The intention is as powerful as the movement. Now maybe lift a little bit higher. And slowly release it down and relax. And again, I'm going to invite you to explore your own now. I'm going to see, I'm shaking on the up. How about if I go a little bit further? Man, I'm shaking. I'm coming up in chunks. So I know I need some release there. And now I'm going to slowly release down. So as I get close to the bottom, I release in chunks. That's not how I want to do it. I'm going to go all the way down, relax. I'm going to do a little rock back and forth to release that. And I might go again. Slowly up. Where do I start to shake? Now I'm shaking about an inch lift. Slowly relax and release. And lift. Ooh, shake, shake, shake. And slowly release. So this is just such great information because it's showing me, yeah, I've really lost connection there. So the more I'm going to be doing this frequently over the next couple of days. Oh, a little lift, boy, that hurts in the piriformis side. And I'm feeling it all the way down IT band. Slowly release. So you guys are lucky I've had enough. So now let's keep those knees together. Now let's go the other way. How about if I keep my knees together and I do a little lift this way? So when you're doing this, yes, we're lifting the hip, but also notice we're taking that femur, that thigh bone, and we're internally rotating it. So I'm going to focus on my internal rotation now. How does that feel? And slowly drop it down. And relax. Good, I might add my top arm pressing down this time. But again, you can focus on, as you lift this, on how that causes the hip to lift, which I'm going to focus on this time. and press my shoulder down to meet at the waist. I'm going to roll my torso slightly forward towards the floor. Oh boy, I feel that. Now I'm even going to lift my chin a little bit, press the top of my head in. So now I'm even getting a stretch up in my traps. Slow release. All the way down everything. And make sure to let everything go in between. Ooh, that was challenging. I'm going to do it one more time. Lift in the lower leg. And I'm also going to focus. Now I'm going to first focus on the internal rotation of the thigh. Then once I'm there, I'm going to focus on lifting the hip, pressing the shoulder down, pressing the top of my head in, feeling all that contraction. Slowly, Renee, release all the way. And I'm really feeling like I want to go the other way once I'm here. So now I'm going to take my waist from the floor and I'm going to lift it up. Boy, I want to lift my arm, so I'm going to do it. I'm going to lift my top arm up. I'm going to do a big inhale into that top rib cage. Oh, that feels good. And slowly bring it all back down. And let go of all the tension. Ooh, how about if we now take that hand and pull it underneath? I didn't even do any shoulders, did I? But we're just gonna rock it from here, from time's sake. Elbows straight up to the ceiling. You ready? So we're gonna lift the lower leg, knee together, lift the head using the hand. So you're just gently lifting, we're not yanking. The hand is actually just supporting the head in the lift. Feel that at the waist. Slow release head and lower leg. Then lift the waist and lift the elbow. Ooh. Bring it back to neutral. Good work. And I'm going to take that arm out and just relax it here for a second. Beautiful. Maybe do a little bit of rocking side to side for a second just to get rid of the tension. And then I'm going to put my hand on this rib cage, elbows just dropped back. And just allow yourself to roll back, just wherever the body's ready to go. It's kind of nice if you have the pillow there, you can move the pillow back so it's on your head. Pause there. Notice how the top leg rolls back with you. Just notice where the body goes the first time automatically. And then start to bring it back to neutral and roll forward. I'm taking my pillow with me here. Roll the face forward. The knee rolls in. And then just start a bit of movement all the way back again. Rolling back. Letting the hip come with you. Notice where the head is. Notice what you might be feeling even up in this top hip. And roll it forward. And all the way back. And all the way forward. Last one. And neutral. Oh, so many more things I want to do, but no time, girls. Let's allow yourself to make your way all the way back into your back and arms down. And just let go of all the instructions. Just sink down. Taking a moment, just in general, how does the body feel? Are you feeling a lot of movement of energy in there? Deep breath in. Exhale out. Beautiful, quick body scan. Noticing what's happening in your feet. The 2 feet feel even, blocked out the same way, feeling where the heels are touching the ground, the ankles, lower legs, upper legs. How about up in the pelvis and in the groin? You feel much more open in the front of the body, and maybe a little heavier in the ground on the back. Might even want to just do a little bit of an arch here. See how that lower back feels now, a slight flatten, and then just relax. Noticing how you're feeling the rib cage up in the top, front, and the back. Shoulders. Feel a little heavier now. Arms, hands. It's always fun to put your focus on the palms of your hands, because that's typically where people find it easier to feel some tingling and some energy in those hands. Up into the neck, the back of the head where it's touching the ground. Around, relaxing the forehead, relaxing the cheeks, opening the jaw. And relaxing in that heart space, deep breath into the heart. And as you do, just visualize tons of white light just pouring in like a big stream of beautiful white light, high resonance energy. It pours in, you circulate it through the body, and then exhale through the mouth slow, and visualize any tension like smoke out through every pore of your body. And one nice, lovely deep breath in through the nose. Expand your heart, beautiful white light. And now on the exhale, send that white light out. Circle the globe with that white light. All of our white lights meeting. And let's send that beautiful high resonance throughout the whole earth. And on this last big inhale, see more and more of that white light permeate your whole body. And out through every cell, send that beautiful white, healing, high resonance light over to all those people in Ukraine, in Poland, to all of the refugees, to all of the people, sending them healing white light. It's the one thing we can all do is stay out of fear and see them all held in that beautiful, loving light. And just relax in. And allow that beautiful white, calming, healing light to heal every cell in your body. Thanks so much, girls. Hope you all have a great weekend. Yeah. Hopefully I'll get to see you on my birthday.